Welcome to Locky Creations, where I feature my fabulous crafty life. Hey, crafty friends. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. So I'm doing some Super Bowl pre-gaming, and I'm going to do some junk journaling in my Happy Planner journal. So here is my February week 2 spread. And so I have gone in and filled out all the stuff that happened during the week. I did use this theme with the Chanel logo. So what I'm going to do in this spread today, I am going to show you how to do some junk journaling in your Happy Planner. And I'm going to be using that little thermal mini printer that I just had there. But I'm going to be using some elements such as some of these stickers that came from the Empowering Women sticker book from Happy Planner. I'm also going to be using this Dollar Tree sticker book just to decorate some of my elements of my page. I already talked about in my previous spread when I introduced this layout how I use the kit, some kits that I got around to use this. So I also use this stencil. I purchased this stencil last year, and it actually was to be used for cooking, but I'll just use it to add some more of those Chanel elements into this spread. So of course, because I have a luxury Chanel theme, I'm going to use that. So this was actually a Chanel lip gloss package from some lip gloss that I purchased, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to use that in my journal. So it was like this. It was in a little box of lip gloss, and so I corner rounded the edges and I added some white cardstock on the back, and I'm going to use this for a bookmark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I like to add junk journal elements like the page I just showed you from my previous video. I like to add junk journaling in between. So this is a mailing that I got from the mail from an air conditioner place, Arctic Air, and I liked it. I thought this love is in the air, this Valentine's Day with the pretty birds and hearts, as well as a little swan on the back were good features. So I'm also going to do some junk journaling with that. I thought about this page because that was a junk journaling page, but I'm actually going to keep it separate. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to punch the mushrooms so that this little lipstick packaging from my Chanel lip gloss will be able to go in my journal. So I just punched that out, and look, now I have this cute little Chanel lip gloss bookmark. Okay, so I want to decorate the back, and I probably will add some clear stickers to the front or add some more stickers to the front as well. But for now, I'm just going to go through my Empowering Women sticker book set, and I'm going to pick out some things to decorate. I like a few of those quotes, but they were not in the correct color that I needed. So I'm just flipping through, and yeah, I like that one too, but it was not in the right color. And then I see this one, and this one is, I love that quote. That quote I thought was really, really cool. So I'm going to use that. Okay. And so I like that quote. Then I saw this flower. Even though flower is a little bit darker color, it blends nicely. So I'm going to use that. So I'm just going through this book to see. And I see these little hearts. And so since we are in February, Valentine's and month, I'm going to add those two. Now that little space at the top left is a little plain. So I want to put something there. And just flipping through this book to see if I see anything. But I think washi tape would be the best bet for that top section. So I'm going to actually grab, first I looked at this washi tape, but the pink was a different color pink. So it was cute, but it was just the wrong color pink. So then I grabbed washi tape, this washi tape, which has little pink and red heart. I think they were actually all hot pink hearts. But it's a Valentine's-y theme, so okay, yeah, I'll add the little heart. So I'm going to get a little bit of that washi tape and put it right there at the top. I'm going to trim the excess away. And then I'll bring back my other sticker with the heart. And that's cute. Now I've decorated the back of that little bookmark. So again, this lipstick packaging can be a bookmark. Now, I realize this is pretty, it's junk journaling, right? It's definitely junk journal because I just took a lipstick, a lipstick box and made a bookmark out of it. I like it, but I probably will add like some flowers or something to it, some black and white flowers, just or maybe some pink hearts or something on it, just to make it be a little bit less junk journaly. But I like it because it's a Chanel lip gloss box that I have put in my journal as a bookmark in the week that I did Chanel. So I'm just going through my little week there, my trackers. I went to see Tabitha Brown on Tuesday, so you see some stickers that I placed on the Tuesday and Wednesday spot for that, as well as some other events. And of course, it's Super Bowl Sunday, so I added that sticker at the bottom right hand side, bigger than the Super Bowl playoff of the Drake song. So yeah, just having fun here, doing some junk journaling and kind of Super Bowl pre-gaming. Okay, so now let's get work on this junk journal insert. So I decided that I wanted to add this insert, and I was just going through and some other, this is a Marriott Bonvoy ad that I cut out with the people on vacation. This one was a T-Mobile ad with this girl. So I sometimes, when I get these junk items in the mail, which I hate so much, I sometimes will, things that I see that I like, I'll grab them and cut them out, and they may be future elements that I use on my junk journal. So this is like free ephemera. Okay, so just showing those. Okay, so for this, again, Valentine's February theme, I like the little doves that are on the back as well as what's on the front of that. So I got the idea that I'm actually going to fold this on this corner, and I'm going to cut this advertisement down and place it in my journal. It's kind of a two flip pages. So I'm going to go ahead and get my ruler as well as an X-Acto knife, and I'm just going to cut that right down the middle. Now I know I'm going to have to cut in the middle of the word the, and that's just okay. That's just unavoidable when you're trying to add stuff into your disc bound system. Sometimes you may have to cut through the word, but that's okay. I'm going to try my hardest not to have to do my mushroom punch through that word, but either way, it's going to work out. So I'm just grabbing it in this X-Acto knife so I could just cut down the center with my ruler. And now I've separated those two sections. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate, first of all, this bottom quadrant of where I had to kind of white out the address. I'm going to add some journaling lines there so that this little flap can double as a writing journal. So even when I'm doing junk journaling, I still try to add some function to it. My personal preference within my planners and journals are that I do like the art of it, but I want it to have a function. I don't just want to be adding pages and adding bulk just to be doing it. I want it to have some purpose and some function. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and grab another little notebook that I tend to use, and I am going to rip out a page. And I ripped that at the bottom, but that's okay because I'm going to cut it down anyway. I'm just going to rip that out, trying to decide which point I want to use. And I like that the date is right there on the right hand side of that page. So I am just going to get my glue stick after I trim this down a little bit more. And I'm going to glue that sheet right on. Now, because I whited out all of the writing in advance, it's pretty much okay. But then there's that one little section that was bugging me where like the stamp would go, that when I initially put it down, you can see that little stamp section there, and I didn't like that. So I was trying to grab something just to cover that up. The whiteout and me was not getting along today. So I am like over the whiteout right now. So I just grabbed a little corner of paper and put over there, and that covered up that little stamp section. So now I'm going to just trim down the edges. And now I have that little section to where I can add some journaling. Now, I like the two little swans, I think those are, that are looking at each other, but I don't need the quote from the company on this ad. So what I'm going to do, I'm looking through my sticker sheet, and I decide ultimately on this pink thermal paper, I'm going to just use my mini thermal printer to create. So in order to create my sticker, I'm using my thermal printer, and I'm going to use this hand lettering app on my cell. And when I go to the app, I'm going to use the feature that allows you to pick a random quote. So I'm going into my settings, and I'm going to select the random, and it will give me these randomly generated quotes. And if I don't like the first quote, I can always click next. When I get one that I like, I can go ahead and save it. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and do an edit and create a custom size to 1 by 1 just to make the space a little bit smaller. Now I'm just going in. I see this together is a good place to be. That one's kind of cute. Create to inspire. That one's kind of cute. But I'm going to keep clicking next until I find a quote that's randomly generated that I like. Then I decided, let's go add some decorations. So I'm going back in my settings and hitting decoration on. And so that's where you see the little arrows and different things. And I'm going to go resize my little space again. And I'm continuing to click my next, and then I found this one, the world is yours to explore. I like that one, so I'm going to heart it to save it to my favorites, and then I'm going to save it down to my desktop. Now I did go ahead and Google free images, and I found this heart, so I'm just cropping that down, and I'm going to add that in my app called Tiny Print. That Tiny Print app is what allows me to print on my thermal printer. So I'm just resizing that heart. And then once I get that heart to the size that I want, I'm going to go ahead and go back into my settings to add another graphic. I'm just playing with the size there. And for some reason, it's like, am I getting the corner? Am I not getting the corner? I was making sure I didn't cut the corner off. So now I'm going to go grab that quote that I just saved from the hand lettering app. And I'm just kind of moving it down a little bit because I know it'll be an edge around it. And now I'm going to go ahead and add that quote right inside my heart. And I got to make sure I make it small enough. One thing about this, it won't show you the transparency behind the picture. So I got to make sure I put that writing within the heart. So when I get that the way that I want to, I'm going to go ahead and print that on my thermal printer. And this is what it looks like when it's all printed out. See? Very nice way to create stickers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip that sticker out, and I'm planning to place that between the two swans just to cover up the writing that came on the ad. Now I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut out the excess sticker behind my heart because I want it to be in the shape. And I'm just cleaning that up a little bit. I was being a little bit OCD about that heart. And just wanted to make sure that I trim it out. I'm not the best fussy cutter, so I just wanted to get the shape to look crisp. So I'm just playing with that a little bit. But once I get it the way that I want it, I am going to just put it right in between those two swans. So, yep, you see me kind of struggling. And then I realized I cut a little bit too much. There's that little piece right on the top left-hand side that's just peeking over. So I'm gonna fix that. What I'm basically gonna do is just grab a little piece of that excess pink sticker paper. Just to put over that corner so you don't see the black writing, because with all of my OCD and trimming it some more, I just cut it too small to cover up all of the writing. So that's what I'm doing now, is just grabbing a little corner to go over that writing just so you don't see the writing, because the whole point of me doing this is to cover up the writing behind the sticker there. So there I have it the way that I want to. Now I'm going to go ahead and place that sticker down, and now I don't have to have the advertising text there. I have my own text. Okay, so now I'm going to cover up this little section that has the logo on it, and tempted to wipe this out, and I don't know about anyone else, but I do not like this whiteout tape. It never works for me very well. But anyway, I used some whiteout tape to just wipe that out, and now I'm going to put down washi tape over that. The same washi tape that I used in the previous page. Okay, so for this side, this is the side that I decided that I want to cover up that Total Air, I think Total Air ad. So I have this card, which was a Valentine's card, an old Valentine's card. So I'm going to grab that, and I'm just going to trim that section with those flowers out because I thought that would be a nice way to cover up that logo. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to glue down the section on the card, the advertising card, and then I'm going to place that cardstock, decorative cardstock over that. Now I know I'll have to cut down, I'll have to recut the two sections if I decide to separate, but I'm actually going to, just to avoid having to do that, I'm just going to cut these in two separate sections and just cover up that little one corner from the opposite page with that leftover cardstock, and that worked really well. Now I did decide that I wanted to cover up where that little QR code is under the bird there, and again, here I am with this whiteout tape. Me and this whiteout tape just are not friends. It just I was going to cut this part out, but I said let's leave it because this is the reason why I don't really care for whiteout tape. It doesn't allow you to go over it multiple times, and eventually I think I just added a little piece of paper. I was just trying to find something to cover that QR code up because it would show behind the washi tape. And yeah, so I just add a little bit of paper to cover it up, and then I'm going to add in a couple of layers of washi, and then all will be well. So I was going to add in that washi, but I'm like, this is bugging me. You can still see this weird QR code. So now I'm just grabbing a little bit of corner of that same decorative cardstock just to kind of make a little washi section, and I decided just to use that because I did not want that QR code showing. So then I said, okay, well, I'll put this at the bottom and then I'll put my washi tape at the top, but I'm going to have to washi my layer twice just to make it not show. So again, that was just bugging me, the fact that that QR code was showing again. And this is some of the problem that I have with junk journaling. It's like good, but I don't want to look too junky. But then I did all of this and I'm like, that's so pretty. And then guys, I've totally forgot that there's a whole backside that I didn't decorate, but I'll realize that in a second. So now I'm going to go ahead and punch out, and I'm just making sure I line up because I want this to kind of be in the middle of the page initially. That was my thought. So I'm just lining this ad up, and I'm going to punch it with my Mushroom Happy Planner punch. And I was trying to avoid having to punch the words, but there's just no way to avoid that. It's just going to get punched, and that's okay. It's going in my journal. It's a junk journal element, and I am okay with it. So because I added that cardstock, it's kind of thick, so I have to apply a decent amount of pressure to get that to punch all the way through, and it does. And there we go. So let's bring back my planner, and I don't know exactly where I want to put this, but from right now I'm going to just be able to see it. I'm just going to go in a blank spot and just put it there. First I put it at the top, and that's where I realized, like, oh my goodness, I didn't even decorate the back of that. I did not even decorate the back of the page with the birds, and I'm not going to do that in this video because you know what? That'll give me something else to do at another time when I'm in my journal and I'm feeling artsy. So for now, I'm going to leave it. But this is how I have transposed this mailing into a element. Now I decided that because I do like functionality, I had this little leftover piece of paper that I had used on another week's project, and I thought of, why don't I just add a little flip for journaling right there over the section where those hearts will be, so that way, or excuse me, where the, not hearts, where the floral paper is, that way I can add yet another element of functionality. So I added that, and I already had washi tape on one of those corners, so I did not go back and add washi on the opposite corner, but I decided I did want to have a little tab. So what I did is I went back to that Empowering Women sticker sheet, and there's these little tabs that I have, these little black tabs with the kind of triangular corner. I'm just going to put one on each opposite side, and that will make a little tab, and then I can write something inside that little tab too. So I really like that. I thought that was super cute, and that gives me a little bit of functionality to be able to write something, because after all, this is my journal. Okay, so I do realize that my junk journal is not as junky or chunky as other people's may be, but I like to, even in the chaos of doing the journal, I like simplicity a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it just like this, but then, oh, that's bugging me. I will decorate over that. And then I'm kind of thinking about, well, it's a junk journal, so do I have to decorate over it? Maybe there's some beauty in keeping some of the original ad there and make it junk journal. So I kept going back and forth on whether to cover that up. I thought about adding this sheet that would make it give me the lines to write, but then it's see-through, so do I really like that? So I kind of went back and forth about what I wanted to do. Do I want to cover that up, or do I want to leave it? Because it truly is a junk journal. And for now, I'm going to leave it. I'm actually going to leave it for now, because even though it does look a little hot mess, but I almost kind of like it. I think what I'll ultimately end up doing is, because that paper is see-through that I'm adding in to write, I might just put that over there, and that way keep it a little bit translucent, and I can keep some of the integrity of the original ad. So there you have it. This is my final look at the element that I added from junk journaling into my Happy Planner journal for the month of February. So happy Valentine's Day. I will also give myself a Valentine's card. This will probably be the last Valentine's-y spread that I do, because I'm kind of over the Valentine's theme. But yeah, love is in the air, and so I wanted to do something else cute and junk journal-y in my Happy Planner journal. So there you have it, folks. I hope that you do have a happy Valentine's Day. I hope that you are wonderfully blessed, and I hope that you enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday pre-gaming like I have enjoyed my pre-gaming. Now I got to go get ready for the game. Okay, as always, be blessed.